So good.
Well, what's up, Star Wars fans? How's it going? It's John, and I'm here with my good friend Justin.
Hey guys, how you doing?
You've probably seen Justin before on this channel. We've seen The Force Awakens together. We've seen Rogue One together, and now we've finally seen Last Jedi together.
As we did with Rogue One, we were doing this right after seeing the movie, so it's about 2 in the morning.
Pretty much. Now, want to give you guys a heads up. There are going to be spoilers in
Well,
this.
this entire review is going to be spoilers.
Yes, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, please, I encourage you to watch the movie, come back, check it out.
I don't want to ruin this for anyone.
You know, I hate that. I was intentionally trying to avoid Facebook leading up to...
Yeah, I didn't even look at my Facebook page today.
I think anyone who spoils it is an a-hole, to be honest with you, and so we want to give you a courtesy heads up.
Yes.
So, Justin, I have to ask, what are your initial impressions of The Last Jedi?
I'm going to have to see it again a couple times, but it... I don't know. I don't know. It's been... how would you explain it? I mean, Disney owns it now, and it felt like a Disney movie. So
It did, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I enjoy. First off, it's not disappointing by all means.
yeah,
I mean,
no, go see it. It was a fantastic movie, very very good, very well done.
I think overall Disney has done a really good job with the Star Wars franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like comparing the 3 movies they've done and then the prequels, these movies feel more Star Wars to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. The thing is we can't hold these things to the same level as, like, let's say Empire Strikes Back, because there's a thing of nostalgia that kicks in, and it's like you'll never achieve that again. You'll never
That's
be able
true.
to fully achieve that. So I thought about that on the drive over here, you know, because I wouldn't say that I was like disappointed in the movie, but I came out of that movie feeling like I didn't feel like anything memorable, super memorable happened, even though there was some crazy stuff that was going on.
Yeah, I didn't see many spoilers leading up to it, but one thing I heard and just reading the reviews was someone said that the fighting scenes were epic. I wouldn't use the word epic for fighting scenes. I feel like, I mean, the Phantom Menace had better fighting scenes than this movie, to be honest with you. Not to take away from the fighting scenes, but
Right.
I don't know what you're...
I think there was like one real solid scene, and you know which one I'm talking about.
Well, yeah,
where with that,
say it.
well, yeah, we'll get to it. But it's hard. I don't want to explain when Snoke gets killed and they fight the Praetorian guards.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was
a little
pretty epic.
shocked that Snoke died. Honestly, I feel like you know, there's a lot of unknowns. Like, who is this guy? We may never find out what his background is at this point.
Why was he even there in the first
yeah.
place?
I felt like Force Awakens was very similar to A New Hope, right?
Oh yeah,
I felt parts of this were similar to Jedi.
yeah,
I feel that scene with Snoke and Kylo and Rey, especially. I felt it was like almost parallel with Rey being Luke and Snoke being the Emperor.
yeah.
And you know how he's showing her, this is your rebel fleet. They're dying. I mean, it was like almost verbatim.
Yeah,
like the
pretty
same
much.
thing from Return of the Jedi. And just, you know, him antagonizing her and how Kylo kind of turned just like Darth Vader did.
Yeah.
You know, so we come to find out that he turned for his own personal gain, you know, but them fighting together was certainly something. And it didn't really make sense how Snoke's like, oh, I can read Kylo's mind and know what he's thinking. He obviously didn't know what he was thinking because he didn't see that Kylo was
shifting his hand to move the lightsaber so it would ignite and cut him in half.
Yeah,
So.
that was interesting, absolutely. But no, I thought it was a really solid movie. I mean, those little furry guys or those little porgs, they're super cute.
Yeah, the one thing I noticed in this movie, like compared to the other ones, was like there was lots of little humor bits in there. I can't say I enjoyed them all. Like when I was watching
There was a lot of humor.
like the first 45 minutes, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, please don't tell me it's gonna be like this the whole movie. And like, I mean, that's hard for me because I came into this with super high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that beginning like 45 minutes, and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah. So I really like Poe. I think he's a great character.
Mm-hmm.
I felt they kind of put him in his place a little bit. Like he was almost too confident, and there's parts where, like, you know, you feel like he was making the right decisions, but you come to find out they actually weren't the right decisions.
Correct. Yeah, when he was trying to save the fleet and everything by having them, they were trying to do. It was like some scheme to. See, that's the thing, is that it's hard to piece this all together. So they were trying to get inside the ship, the main ship for the First Order, and disable the tracking for hyperspace movement, and like he was trying to get them to do that, but they were trying to evacuate, and so they got into a little scuffle. But the person leading the ship was actually in the right, and he was wrong, so they put him in his place. So it was weird.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of saying it. They put him in his place. That's probably a good way to term it. I felt like the scene when they're talking about the gambler and they have to go to that planet and they have to get basically the passwords or whatever it is to break in. I thought we were going to see Lando.
I swear I thought we were going to see Lando.
Where is Lando?
He's probably not coming back.
What's
I honestly felt that entire scene didn't even need to be there. Like, I felt that was a really expensive scene that just didn't add up right.
And then we bump into Benicio del Toro and his character, and he kind of basically sabotaged the kind of double-sided both of them.
He was a swindler.
Man, I got to look back on. I have to look back on. Oh shit! I'll cut this out. What's her name?
Rose. Ray.
No, the silver.
Phasma.
Okay, thank you. I love Phasma. I was disappointed in Force Awakens with her role because I felt it was very limited, and it kind of ended on a weird note. Like, you kind of saw her and then you don't see her, and she just kind of let everything happen. And then I thought she was going to have a bigger role in this movie, and they end up Finn ends up killing her.
Yeah. And where was the Knights of Ren?
Where is the Knights of Ren? What's going on with them?
I don't know.
Maybe in Episode 9 we will see the Knights of Ren.
Remember we said that about last time too.
That's true. I think. Yeah, and we'll talk about Luke here in a second.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of loose ends that were tied up in this film, including Snoke dying, and we find out that Rey's parents are actually someone we don't really know.
So basically, Rey and Snoke were just original content,
right.
Which I'm totally fine with that. I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's probably the best route.
Why does she have a strong connection with Kylo? I kind of feel like, look, I'm still super excited to see Episode 9. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
but
same here.
It's like, we know, I think at the end of the day, that Rey and Kylo are going to fight. I like to think that Rey's going to win that fight. So we kind of know, but I don't know. It's just like, what else is there to do other than kill Kylo Ren?
Well, okay, so here's the problem that we're having is J.J. Abrams did his thing. He played it very safe with Force Awakens. It was good. I thought it was great. I mean, it was good. Sure, it was kind of a ripoff of A New Hope, but anyways, then we have another guy writing this movie and changes stuff. So, like, here we are in a very serious tone at the end of, Force Awakens, and then now we go into a scene where Luke just chucks his lightsaber off the cliff. It's like, that's it? That's what your cool scene was? It kind of felt like a slap to the face. I wanted the way they portrayed it in the trailers. It was so much more badass than they actually did it.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of, Luke was very obviously hesitant. We knew that we kind of knew the backstory with Force Awakens that he trained Kylo or Ben Solo, and Ben turned into Kylo, and kind of rubbed Luke the wrong way, more or less. So we kind of knew that. Obviously, he's very hesitant getting back in the Force. I thought it was pretty badass. Now, when we first see him and Leia together later in the movie, and he gives her those golden eye, right?
The gold dice from the Millennium Falcon.
I noticed right away that his beard was different, darker, and he had shorter hair. I'm thinking, okay, either got a really good color, thing, but colored his beard. But obviously, come to find out, he's using his Force powers to do that. That was intentional.
It was his previous self that we saw in his flashbacks.
Right, that's true. Yeah, younger Luke. I thought it was really cool. I thought Carrie Fisher did a great job. She wasn't as emotional as I thought she should be in the movie. Yeah,
I didn't like this. I think they should have just killed her off the way when she actually died.
I don't know how you say that, but yeah.
I'm okay, don't get me wrong. I love Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher, but they killed her, and then she somehow gets back, and it's like, you guys had the option to totally, of course they already shot the films, could have cost more money to make it, but it's like, you could have just done it right there. Just end it. So now they're going to do something, and it's going to make me very upset in the next movie, and they're probably going to end up CGIing her face.
They're going to CGI her like they did with her and
which I think is actually very wrong. I personally don't like... I mean, they did it with Tarkin, which was fine, and making her look younger, that was fine.
Right.
But it's like, I really don't want to see that in a movie. So I have to say that, going into this, I was super excited, super hyped. We were at Star Wars Celebration, seeing this trailer. And we're like, I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be a super dark, super serious movie, and it didn't meet my expectations in that way. So, but it was still a great movie. I know it may not seem like that. We're just very tired right now. So, but okay, so we pointed out the negatives. Let's point out the positives.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, I love seeing Luke. Obviously, I think he had a great role.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was a badass. The scene where he was confronting Kylo and they blast him, that was pretty badass.
Yeah.
I was expecting for a more epic battle, like lightsaber scene with Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that couldn't happen because he's a holographic or mental image.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know. I thought it was good. I liked, Chewbacca was good. I liked the new Rose character. I really liked her.
Yeah, she was very good. She added to it.
I like the film angles that they use. There are a lot of unique film. I don't know if you noticed the subtle
Mm-hmm.
film angles they use and different angles they used. I thought they did a good job. The new director did a good job.
And the color schemes were incredible.
The battle scenes in the sky, in the space were awesome. Were epic.
Yeah, and on the planet it looked incredible too. I guess one last not so positive thing was just that they tried to do too much in too short a time. Like they tried to do so much with this movie, and it was just so many little things that it felt just rushed in some areas. That's really the last main complaint I have, because, yeah, I mean,
R2-D2 was barely in the film,
and C-3PO was barely in the film.
I will say this: I really liked Yoda.
Oh, the Yoda ghost was
when
incredible.
Yoda, they showed the back of Yoda, first the audience erupted.
Mm-hmm.
They were excited. I like that they used it looked like they used the puppet, or I don't know if that was digital.
It was like I think they did it was a digital puppet. I think,
but it was really well done.
They looked just like Yoda before he died.
I was kind of hoping that we'd see Anakin, Spirit Anakin at some point. Obviously, when Luke dies at the end, he kind of fades away, very similar to how Obi-Wan did in New Hope. We're probably going to see Luke in Episode 9 as a Force spirit.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all.
I think
they're probably just recording the stuff right now.
This is probably not the last that we're going to see Luke.
Yeah.
That's my theory. I'm really curious. You're probably right. They could probably have Leia as a digital.
It's going to be upsetting.
Tarkin.
But I just want to make sure people know, it's like, I'm not sitting here giving up on the franchise. It's just like, it's a change, and we have to deal with it. It's just going to be different from here on out.
And we're not, by any means, I know we were talking about some negative things about the film. It's not really negatives. They're just some critiques.
Yeah.
But I think overall it was I liked it a lot better than Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I didn't like it as much as Rogue One.
No.
So if I were the three newest films, I'd probably go with Rogue One, Last Jedi, then Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Not that I hated Force Awakens, but I also felt like this. I don't know if you noticed, but the ending of this one felt very similar to Empire, in the sense that we see the rebels fleeing.
I noticed that too, but then they did the Hoth sequence where the walkers are coming, and I thought that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? It's a very complex story that they're trying to tell, so that's kind of why we're seeing it like it is. But when you think about it, rewatch episode 4, 5, and 6 and see how they told the story, and then try to see how they told the story in these newer ones. Very similar, so they are doing the absolute best they can. I can give them. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Can I make a theory?
Sure.
The very end, the kid with the ring, and he was like playing with you see him at the end.
Well, you saw him grab the broom with the Force, right?
Right.
Okay, just making sure you saw that.
Yeah. So here's my theory: the three movies that what's his name, Ryan Johnson, or this story is going to be based on that character.
You think so?
I think that's not the last time we're going to see that particular character. I think that Jedi is going to show up somewhere in the Star Wars universe again, whether he's older or maybe not necessarily the same actor, but I feel like there was a relevance there. There's a reason that we saw that, obviously, to show that Jedi aren't dead, that there's more people that are force sensitive.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was intentional for a reason. I feel like we're going to see another Jedi grow up in the ranks.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I can agree with that. They had to have shown it for a reason, as a hint towards something. Yeah. The way they ended it, yeah, it felt just exactly like Empire, like the fleet was running away and stuff. Very small resistance, like very small. I liked how it showed the ring, with the resistance symbol, and they hit it. Thought that was really, really cool. Well, let's do this. What was your top 3 parts of the entire movie?
Number 1 would be the Kylo and Rey fighting together.
Oh, that was
number 1. Number 2 would be the Yoda scene. And I think number 3 would be Luke and him wielding a lightsaber and just being a badass with Kylo, kind of showing his force strength, and Luke still got it.
Oh
Luke
yeah,
still had it, and that was really cool. Well, I talked to something interesting. I mentioned to, and I'll ask you the same question in a second, but mentioned to you before we watched the film. I wish Leia showed more force. Like we haven't seen any Leia. Really, she did. When she was in space.
Yeah, and that was really.
That's like the first time we actually see her, like, use a force. What were your top three?
Well, I mean, number one's the same scene for you. It's that scene with Ren and Rey. I did like the conversations that they had, their little like convos, because I thought that was like really, really deep, and it was like showing a deep bond between them. I think he likes her. That's
Kylo?
I think he does. And I think it's hard to choose like a top three for. I'd say the Yoda seems good.
Why did Kylo not pull the trigger when he sensed Leia at the very beginning of the film? Why didn't he blow her up personally? Did he let it to the other TIE fighters?
That's where I think Episode 9 is going to play more into. They're going to try to convert him to the light.
Because I think at this point, even Luke admitted that it's too beyond converting. I think at this point, what can he do? I don't know. It will be really fascinating to kind of see.
I am very curious. Okay, I guess after seeing this, before we went into this film, I said I don't know how I feel about J.J. Abrams doing the next one because I didn't want to be playing safe. Now I'm actually excited to see what J.J. Abrams does with this one because I think he'll be able to make it all make sense in the end. I think it's just seeing two different directors. Was a bit extreme. So.
As long as he doesn't bring another Death Star into the picture.
If there's another Death Star, I'm going to.
Or a Death Star device.
Yeah, we get another Star Killer base. I wish we could have just seen some more space battle. I wish things would have just been a little more like. You got your space battle in like Rogue One that was epic. You got your lightsaber scene that's like 2 minutes and it's amazing. We just really didn't get that in this movie, and I think it's going to deter a lot of people. And people that are giving initial ratings are saying it's really, really like the best one since Empire. I disagree, personally, but I think that overall the film itself, they did a good job, just like as a film.
Score was amazing. John Williams did a fantastic job as he usually does. So I think overall, I think I
think we do need to mention at least the last scene because. Yeah. I sat there going in the movie like, if they kill Luke, I'm going to be just devastated. And they killed Luke, and I really didn't feel anything.
I was thinking the same thing, actually.
Yeah, I was like, if they kill him, I'm going to be very sad. And
he kind of just faded away, and I didn't get emotional.
No, me neither.
I don't think anyone in the theater got emotional.
No.
Unlike with Han, I got emotional like when Han died.
Oh, dude, I was like sitting there like tearing up.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good point. He just faded away, and like I said,
who else died in this one? Phasma died. He died. Snoke. I thought Hux was gonna die, but he didn't. Hux needs to die.
I thought Finn was gonna die.
I thought he was gonna die too.
Yeah.
But however, I think Rey's progression in her story and Kylo's progression in the story, top notch. Kylo Ren's my new favorite character, hands down.
Yeah.
I
know.
Driver
did a fantastic job.
Oh, and everyone hates on Kylo Ren because he takes off his mask and he's a little pansy. He's like. He is a badass in this movie.
He destroyed his helmet right away.
Mm-hmm. And I knew it. I knew that this movie was going to redeem him. I just wish they showed Knights of Ren. So.
Well, maybe we'll see him in Episode 9. So.
Hopefully. Anyways, guys, go see the movie. Enjoy.
Go see him. Okay, so Justin.
I'm gonna go see it 5 times. So.
I'm gonna see it 6. I'm gonna beat you. No. Okay, so where can people find you?
I'm gonna be. I just am on Twitch, Panic Pete 23. I just play retro gaming on there, and then on your website, Starwarsnut77. I write articles for you. So.
Guys, please leave a comment below. Let us know how you guys feel about this. Do video responses if you want as well. I'd love to see those. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for subscribing. Check out Justin on Twitch if you're a gamer. Awesome channel. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care, and may the Force be with you.
And also with you.